Welcome to No Sidebar, the Culture Edition. Today we will be talking about Panama. But before we get there, I wanted to say that, Shane, I seen one of your videos on Instagram and it caught my attention. And I said, I think this would be a great show for us to do for my mother and all other Panamanian mothers. And maybe we could drop this maybe during Mother's Day or something. I don't know. But this is the reason why I'm actually doing this show. And I actually have my best friend, Bonnie Bags, as well.
Hello, everyone.
And we are here to discuss Panama.
Hi, guys.
So before we get started, Shannon, can we get a little bit of your background?
So I am Panamanian American. I grew up in New York. I wasn't born in New York, but I grew up in New York. And then when I was, I think, 29, I moved back to Panama. Now I'm telling my age, so.
It's okay. We all up there.
Anyway, I moved back to Panama because my parents had opened up a business. They were the first Black-owned beauty supply store in Panama because that did not exist in Panama. And Panamanian-owned. I wanted to add that in there. And they opened up, their store was specifically to cater to the Black community, black hair care, because that did not exist in Panama prior to them opening the store. And so I was dealing with a couple of things here, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go back and I'm gonna help them build this business, and that's what I did. And then I also wanted to connect with my roots. Yes, that's how you say it. I wanted to connect with my roots and just give my son a different experience from what I grew up with. And then we were in the height of Trayvon Martin, right? So Trayvon Martin had happened, and I was scared really to raise my son in America because the climate in America was kind of crazy. I was like, I'm not going to raise my son here. I wanted to give him an opportunity where he didn't see color. But as life progressed and experiences, we realized that racism isn't always seen the same way in every single place.
I am so glad you said that. So I have a lot of great questions for you. But Bonnie, why are you here today?
I'm here because I'm a Afro-Latina Panamanian. My family is Panamanian. My parents are. I was born here in America, and I'm just proud of my culture. I'm proud I was raised Panamanian, and I want to hear from someone who's Panamanian who actually lived there, so she knows both sides of it, being a American Panamanian, Pan-American.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that really a term?
No, it's a term that
we made up.
Okay, just making sure.
That's what it is now.
And she also went back home and stayed there and raised her kids there as well for a little bit. So it's very interesting to me.
So my first question for both of y'all is this, right? What do y'all check off on a job application in regards to your background?
I check off Black, but I want to check off Spanish, Hispanic so bad.
I think that people don't understand but the difference between your nationality, your race, and your ethnicity. So nationality is your legal status to a country. So where are you a citizen of? So you could have dual nationality or citizenship, right? So for me, my nationality is I am Panamanian, but I'm also American. That is nationality. Your ethnicity, right, is your shared cultural heritage. So that would be Afro-Caribbean. You could be Indo-Caribbean, you can be Hispanic, you can be Afro-Latina.
Yes.
That is your ethnicity.
So do you
right?
identify with Afro-Latina?
I don't, because my background is in Latin. My last name, I have an English last name.
Okay.
And both of my I'm like mixing up Spanish with English. My great grandparents, on my mom's side, my great grandmother was from Kingston, Jamaica. And then my my great grandfather, I don't know who he was. And then on my father's side, my great grandmother was from, she was from Jamaica as well. And the great-grandfather also was Jamaica, but my grandfather on my mom's side is actually from Limon, Costa Rica.
That's crazy.
And he was really, really dark. And, Limon also has a huge Afro-Caribbean culture as well.
His name is Limon?
No, he was from Limon,
Costa Rica.
But Limon has a strong Afro-Caribbean culture as well. So I don't say I'm Afro-Latina because technically I'm not descendants. I mean, we're all from Africa, right? Right? We're all from Africa, but I don't have a Spanish last name. And in my home, English was the first language, not Spanish.
Which leads me to the most important question but we actually jumped into this. Why do the Panamanian culture do not teach their kids Spanish? And I realize that's happening a lot.
Not, you mean in America?
In America.
Yeah, so I could just give you my personal experience. So me growing up, I still knew how to speak both languages because my parents, so my father told me this funny story. He said that he didn't realize that I knew how to speak Spanish or I understood Spanish because he was talking about me to my mom.
And you understood.
And I understood what they were saying. Like I did a gesture or something. And when I made that gesture, he was like, oh, wait, she understands what I'm saying. But we were also, I had a lot of Panamanian friends. Like my parents always had a function.
Panamanians love a party.
Always. There was always a function in my house.
A basement party?
It was just a function. If it wasn't a barbecue or a basement party, or if there was parqueando or something,
a bus ride.
Function. It was always something. So I was always hearing like Spanish. So I don't know, like it wasn't like something that they sat down and like taught me. And then I also used to go to Panama also as a child. So it wasn't something like they said, okay, this is how you say red or this is how you say blue. I don't think that's what it is. But I think that from like my friends.
Okay.
They told me that if they come from like English backgrounds, their parents did not teach them Spanish because they seen it as like a colonizer language. I can't speak for every Panamanian because I don't know everyone's story.
No.
I'm just saying what they were told to me. Now, in my son's case, right, because we spoke English in the house, when my son was about 4, he would come home. We were living in Panama, obviously, right?
Yeah.
He would come home only wanting to speak Spanish.
Okay.
And my father said, let me tell you something. In this oath, you went speak English.
English.
And when you're outside with your friend, you went speak Spanish. Don't come in here speaking English. Don't come in here speaking Spanish. You not no Spanish man.
They all speak like, right?
That's what he would tell him.
And that's the way he sounded for real?
Yes, that's exactly how he used to say it. But you know what? People didn't understand why. But let me tell you something. I'm glad that he told him this because my son is 16 now and he's fluent in both languages.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like he's fluent in both languages, and he didn't understand the importance of it until now that like he's older. Like you get more opportunities. You can speak both languages.
Yes.
So I'm not sure. Like to answer that question, I'm not sure why. I think everyone had their own personal reasons why. I think my parents didn't think that they were ever going to go back to Panama, and they didn't see it as a necessity to speak Spanish.
So majority of my friends whose parents are Panamanian, a lot of them do not speak Spanish.
They don't speak Spanish.
So and
are they from Spanish backgrounds or they're from English speaking backgrounds?
I would say my from Spanish background.
Yeah, Spanish background.
Even my son loves saying, I'm Spanish. And I told my son, yo, you African American. My aunt said, no, he's Afro-Latina. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it to you. My daughter's teaching herself Spanish right now.
You know what? That's the greatest crime that was done to me.
You think so?
I should have learned Spanish. I feel like I would have got. I don't know if I'd have got much further in life.
You would have.
You know what?
Now.
I feel like what it was with us too. I didn't have a lot of Panamanian friends growing up. Like our culture was kind of, people didn't understand it. Like how you guys look. Black. Caribbean, Black, Jamaican, but y'all speaking Spanish. Your family speaking Spanish. So a lot of my African American friends didn't understand the culture, and they spoke English.
Yeah.
So I just traveled with the pack.
You know what's so funny?
I didn't have a lot of Panamanian friends, but a lot of my family from back home, of course, they speak it. Parents speak it, grandparents speak it, but it just wasn't forced upon me. All my siblings that speak it fluently, they taught themselves.
Yeah, maybe because they didn't see the importance of it because you live in America. The language in America is English, right? But in Panama, it's like I have cousins, right? My grandmother did not know how to speak Spanish.
Wow, okay.
At all. And she was born and raised in Cologne.
Wow.
And my cousins grew up with my grandmother. And they speak English, but their kids don't speak English at all. Now they grown adults now. Now they're trying to teach themselves English. And you know what's even crazier? The ones that don't know that they're not from English speaking backgrounds, those parents are sending their kids and spending money to send them to the best schools to learn how to speak English. And the ones that have English last names that should speak English, now they're behind. Now that you're behind again.
That's interesting.
So here goes something that I'm very, very curious about. How big is the Wilcox building?
It's big, but it's broken down now. And
no, I mean before we get broken down, because I feel like every Panamanian that say they from Cologne, they lived in that building.
The Wilcox building.
The Wilcox building.
I mean, the Wilcox building is, first of all, Cologne only has 13 streets.
Get out of here.
And that's like it goes
inside.
Okay.
16 streets.
Yeah, 16. Sorry, I'm thinking about Calle 13, where we was from.
Chorillo has what, 29,
So
27
it's not that big.
That's what my
So that's why everybody kind of know everybody. Then it's only
That's like if you say, oh, like if Brooklyn. Let me think of a place where people is from, like Flatbush, right? You say, oh, you from Flatbush. Where you from? Like, oh, I'm from the Veer. Does that make sense? Are you from Brooklyn?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn, yeah.
So when you think of, oh, I'm from the projects.
Yeah.
There's only, you're either from pink houses. You're either from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you say,
Yeah.
oh, I'm from the PJs. Oh, what PJs are you from?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm from the Veer. Right? Or I'm from pink houses. Or I'm from whatever project.
Red Hook houses.
Right? It's only but so many projects you could be from in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is really not that big. I mean, it's bigger than.
Big, it's huge.
It's bigger than Cologne,
Yeah.
right? But I think that's what it is. Like, there's not that many streets. Cologne.
So
The city
family
of
from
Cologne is
Cologne
not that
too?
big.
yeah.
Okay.
And then my father was from. Hi, producer. Where? No, not Panama City. No.
She said Rainbow City. Oh,
Panama City.
Ironic. I think
Who, your father?
Yeah, ironic. And I'm talking to my daughter right now. She's off camera, but I think my daughter's more Panamanian than me.
Because she's interested in her culture.
No, she been to Panama more than me. She did more in Panama than me. But
Is your mom Panamanian also? Oh, okay. Just your dad's side. Yeah, people want to know where they're from. Like, I think, and that's good. Like, the younger generation, we're waking up. Like, for so long, I didn't even know where I was. Like, I just knew, I'm like, oh, we're from Panama. I thought the whole world knew what Panama was. When I was growing up, nobody didn't know what was Panama.
no.
They didn't.
So let me also say this, right? So I went to a predominantly school that was all Spanish. Ecuadorians, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. And I remember I used to look at the Spanish girls and I'd be like, I'm Spanish. And I'd be like, I'm from Panama. They'd be like, get out of here. You're black. So I was forced at that point to no longer even want to identify with my Spanish culture
Right.
because they didn't accept me. So, I hung out with my black people, which that worked out great for me both ways. Now that I'm older, I'm able to identify.
Yeah.
But at one time, Panama wasn't seen as, I guess it was Pop Smoke. Shout out to Pop Smoke. Rest in peace. Pop Smoke. I feel like he put us really on the map.
Yeah, I
There
feel
were
like we're-
people way before Pop Smoke.
No, way before. Exactly.
What about Duran?
We created
Duran,
reggaeton.
yes, Duran, yes.
But
yes,
What
yes.
about
Yeah,
Rolando
reggaeton.
Blackman? Rolando Blackman played for the New York Knicks.
Yes.
I didn't even know who he is.
Who made Tu Pum Pum? What was it?
El General.
Exactly. He created reggaeton. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, ladies. I apologize.
Don't
But
do
no,
that. Don't
I
do
get
that to the actors.
no, but I get what you're trying to say
Don't do
because
that.
even when it comes to the Caribbean parade in Brooklyn, they send our float out first. I feel like we're not really represented hard enough.
But that's our fault.
No,
Because-
it is our fault.
Let me tell you
It
something.
is.
Back in the day,
Well, we do
when
have
I
our
was
own
growing
parade.
up, when I was growing up
We
in
do.
Brooklyn, and they used to have the Labor Day parade, the Panamanians was outside.
we was outside, and then we would go to Michelle's. Like,
The
you know,
floats?
yes, the floats, everything.
the float, the Panamanian
Our
float.
culture is slowly like dying down.
It was lit. I remember being like 6 or 7 years old, running from the Diablos because they used to be playing
Yes.
Diablos
Yes,
on Eastern
yes, on
Parkway.
Eastern Parkway, yeah.
We
Our generation?
are the ones to blame. Because obviously those older generations they either dying out or they went
They
home,
moved.
they moved or
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? We were
Yeah.
supposed to keep up that tradition.
So how can we do that?
we gotta
trying.
we gotta start.
I'm
we
trying.
gotta,
Well, I absolutely right. I think
we
I was
gotta
just having a
start wearing the
conversation.
jewelry again every day.
And the shirts. And the shirts.
My name is Panama shirt. Remember that?
In the bags.
And the bags.
I think that the younger generation, number one, you need to go back to Panama and really understand the dynamics of it. And
I love Panama. I can move there. I would not lie to you. I can move there.
And I mean,
I would love
like,
to move there.
when I say understand the dynamics, I mean not just the tour. Panama is beautiful. I love Panama, right? But we don't live in a utopia.
Yes.
Right? There's no place in this world that's perfect. And I think that people have this conception like, oh, well, it's not the end all be all. However, you need to go back to your roots. You need to understand where you come from.
Yes.
You need to understand the history. You need to understand why certain places look the way they look,
Yes.
right? And then it also really starts with that whole thing about identity, like knowing the difference between nationality, ethnicity, and race.
And race.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Bonnie. Where was that little town that we went to that we seen that the
The Black Crows.
yeah.
Oh, in Cologne?
What was it?
It's Portobello in Cologne.
Portobello. Yeah.
That was so amazing.
right.
I was just gonna say I traveled with his family to Panama in 2024, and it was an amazing
Did
experience.
you cry?
I did.
I did too, girl.
I did.
too.
Oh, for real?
It was so. You didn't cry when we was there? No, I wasn't paying.
I ain't crying. No, you was like, you was having a mental breakdown.
No, I had a mental breakdown because my baby got sick while we was there. She was throwing up everywhere. But that's a whole nother. But no, I did cry. I don't know because I was stressed or because of that.
But why'd you cry?
Beautiful.
Because the story. So beyond the Black Christ, you know, Portobello was that was the slave port.
That's the slave port. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could. Well, I don't know about you. Maybe because I'm a Gemini and I'm extra sensitive, but I could feel
love
the
Geminis.
ancestors. Okay. Anytime like anything has to do with like slave topics or like
Right.
just the history of it, it makes me cry because I'm like, dag, like, you know, there were people that was sitting here and what did they have to endure? Like the whole story
Yeah.
of, you know, even Congo, like the history behind Congo, why, like the stories behind it, like why were these stories in place? Like even with the Diablo, there's like we look at it and we're like, oh, they're playing Diablo, but we don't understand the reason why.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So when
Yeah.
you really sit back and you understand, because I used to dance Congo, when you really sit there and you understand the reason why and what these things represent, then you would cry too.
Can you give us some moves before we over?
Girl, I'm old and rusty.
So I have another question for you, and again, I don't want to offend anybody, so I don't know how to really word this. So please, America, don't, boycott me right now. I never really seen any Caucasian Panamanians.
There's a lot. There's plenty.
You mean here or back home?
Even when I was back home, I didn't see them either.
Where were you?
When I was at,
It was a couple walking
no,
around.
they looked Indian to me. They didn't look.
No. So in
I heard they have a big
I did see-
Texas population here. A lot of the,
Yes.
the Caucasian.
Well, let me
Panamanians.
phrase it. I never seen like a Panamanian with like blonde hair, blue eyes.
Look at the mayor of Panama City.
Oh,
He's Jewish.
I heard it's a big Jewish population
Yes,
there too.
there is.
My old boss told me that. Yeah,
There
a
is.
big Jewish population.
Huge.
You know what I'm liking these days is a little off that more people are touring to Panama, like younger people. I see
Yeah.
people going on vacations just to have fun. I feel like
Yeah.
back then it was more you going because that's where your family is from. Now
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are really going to
Yeah,
have fun
for
in
sure,
Panama.
for sure.
And I always tell people that it's beautiful.
Panama's lit. Like
It's lit.
I miss
Beautiful.
I miss a lot of things, like just like nightlife. I miss the restaurants. I miss my friends. No, I never used to play in Costco. Costco Viejo, I never used to go. I mean, not really. No, Costco
Okay.
Viejo is like Times Square.
Yeah.
Panamanian people,
That's
like
what
if you're
yeah.
local, you're not going to Costco Viejo
Where
to
did
party.
Where did you go?
Like they would have like different events.
Okay.
Like they would have different events in like different places. Like the local promoters or the local DJs, they would have like events.
Okay.
So they wouldn't really go to Costco. Like Costco is like
That's
people
more like
from
the
Chile.
tourists.
There's more tourists,
Yeah.
right?
So you wanna know
And people
something?
that live in San Felipe, the younger people, they will go
They
to
go
Costco.
there.
so do you want to know something though? I felt so safe in Panama. And I know, like, I hear my mother, she used to tell me stories. She go, that Panama could be very dangerous. You can't wear your jewelry, stuff of that nature.
It depends
Where
on
you are.
It's just like
That's
America.
everywhere. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. We have a special guest who has to understand that they are just watching. They can't be interrupted.
It's
know
like-
more than all of us.
It's
That's
like,
why.
it's like it just depends on where in Panama you like where. You know, we don't live in a utopia. I keep on saying that. There's no place in this world that's perfect. There's
No, I
places in
get it.
Brooklyn that I go to and I'm like, let me hold
Right.
my bag because
Yeah.
No, I get it. I get
Yeah,
it. But I'm just
yeah.
saying, when I was growing up and hearing other stories about Panama, right? Mm-hmm. I almost felt like Panama was like dirt poor. I felt that the Panamanians were just getting by, surviving on 10 cents, driving around cars with no insurance, like people getting ran over. There's no lights.
How dare you?
No, I'm just saying this is what I thought I was hearing growing up. Let me
Right.
just say that, right? And so I never had like a reason to say I want to go there because I'm thinking to myself, why am I going to a third world country?
yeah.
And I got there and I realized that this place is very, very updated. This place is very, very technology-wise. It's amazing. Buildings, architects is gorgeous. So I'm trying to figure out why I got
Yeah.
these stories.
Well, I mean, it built over time, and one of the presidents, his name is Martinelli. He was the one that actually put in place that train station that you see today.
Oh wow.
Right. So that was his. That's what
His
when he was
doing.
in office. That's what the metro in Panama City and the buses.
Mm-hmm.
That was him. So over time, I think some people in politics, right? We're not gonna touch too much about politics, but when you travel outside of Panama and you see how other people are living,
Yeah.
you want that for the place where you
Yes,
live, right?
yes.
So over time development, look at America right now. Look at Bed-Stuy. Bed-Stuy wasn't what it is now,
No.
right? Bed-Stuy was a place that you wasn't even trying to go.
Exactly.
You wasn't even
Right.
trying to go to East New York. So I think over time, development, gentrification.
Yeah.
That's what happens, right? And I'm happy to see the development of Panama City, but Cologne still looks the way it does.
Yeah, and let me just say this. I remember going as a kid, and I was taking a bath in like a little sink. So I do remember back then, and then I remember I went into a shower and like a giant water bug attacked me in there. So
Where you went to Panama? You're in the city or Cologne?
I don't know. I was small. I was a baby. I had to be about like 7, 8 years old. But that
Why you
water
did that to
bug,
him?
that water bug was big.
Why you did that to him, Mom? Why you took him to the water bugs?
Sorry, Jada. We lost a light.
Oh my God, that's funny.
But
I mean, it developed. I'm not even gonna tell you. It developed a lot.
Of course, I don't want to expose my age, but from when
Girl,
we
we
were
all-
young.
I ain't old.
Yes.
I'm young, and I'm getting younger.
I hear you.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, no. I love Panama. I'm not even gonna lie. I love Panama, and I can't wait to go back.
I love it too.
I love it too.
I want to go back. One of my little brothers actually was born here. He lives there now.
Nice.
And he's doing amazing. And he's like, I wish you could move too. And if I didn't have kids, I would be there.
You see, this. So when I left, I only had my son. However, I would have done things differently because, right? Like I said, we don't live in a utopia,
Yeah.
right? And in Panama, the opportunities are, it's only but
So far.
you can go.
Right.
And that's just the reality of the situation. Now, if you are a type of person that you work from home and you're a digital nomad, it'll work for you, right? But for young people in Panama right now, they don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So for me, why I said I would do it differently, I would have set myself up earlier in the game so that when I did go back, I wouldn't have to work.
Right.
Okay.
I
Does that
mean,
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You know
agree.
what I'm trying to say?
I know, and again, I could be wrong, but I hear sometimes like when the young people in Panama, they work at a job for 3 months and then they lay them off just so they don't make them like full-time employees
Yes.
type things.
Well, that's because the laws in Panama are not in the labor laws in Panama are in favor of the employee. That's why.
Oh,
So,
please break that down.
about this?
Why not? I mean,
Yeah, so basically, like if you have a business, right, and a person works there more than, I think you could they give them contracts.
Okay.
So what they do is they'll give you a contract for 3 months. Then after they give you a contract, they let you go for a month, and then they bring you on. Because what happens is that the laws in Panama don't really protect the business owners.
The business owners.
It
It's
doesn't.
for the employees.
It's always going to be for the employees. Regardless if the employees is right or wrong, it's always going to be in the benefit of the employees.
Okay.
So as a business owner, especially if you're a small business owner, hiring somebody is more of a liability. I don't know if I'm making any
yeah.
sense. Like, so that's why they do that. They give them 3 months contract because companies don't want to be held liable to certain things. So for example, you have to pay something, all businesses. So the pay in Panama depends on the type of business that you have. So if you have a small business, the minimum wage that you can pay someone is, I think, like $4.95 a month, like $500 a month, right? So it's not like, you see how in America minimum wage is $16.50
Yeah,
all
yeah,
across the board.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's not like that. It all depends on the size of your business. So if you have a small business, the minimum wage for that small business, and it also depends on what industry you're in.
Okay.
Right? Let's say the minimum wage is $4.95. Let's just round it off to $500 a month, right? If you are in a like a call center or something like that, let's say the minimum wage is maybe $1,000 a month.
Right.
I'm not saying this is exactly
Right. You're
I'm just
giving
giving an
guesstimate.
example,
Yeah.
right? Now, if the person is working there for more than 3 months, if that person decides to go and say that you fire them, the company could be liable to come out their pockets a whole lot of money, even though it may not be true. So the way that those businesses safeguard themselves is by giving them 3 months contracts.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
I also want to talk about something. I want to go to maybe a little lighter subject. The jewelry of Panama is very distinguished.
Yes.
I mean, so first of all, so maybe you could break it down. What does that black ball mean?
They said that's a ojo. I don't really understand why. To be honest, you're asking the wrong person. You got to ask the elders. But I know they call it like the bull's eye.
calzai, bullseye, right?
I don't really know. So you're asking the wrong person about that. You
I
gotta
just
ask him
wear it.
about
I
that.
had one since I was a baby, and I just wear it.
Yeah, I don't really know, honestly, and I don't want to give you the wrong
The
information.
jewelry is
So-
amazing, and a lot of us wear gold teeth too.
Yeah, it's,
I used to have
But
one
the
too.
gold tooth, though, honestly, the gold tooth wasn't a black thing, right? The gold tooth was a symbol of wealth back in the 1800s, right? So if
Okay.
you had a gold tooth in your mouth, that showed that you have money. Like now, what the kids do now, they wear braces. Even if they don't need braces, they wear braces.
Oh,
Because
okay.
that's a symbol of, oh, they got money. Because technically, only rich people are allowed to fix their teeth.
Really?
Right?
Wow.
So the gold tooth was supposed to be a status symbol, not really like.
I never knew that. Well,
It
my
was.
grandmother was lit because she had them all.
Yes. That was,
Abuela, whoa,
that was
whoa,
the real
whoa, whoa.
reason. That was the real purpose of gold tooth. You can look that up.
My next grandmother even had one on her dentures too.
Really?
Yes, she put a gold frame on her dentures.
wow.
Because you know when they went to recruit people to work in a canal, right?
Right.
They sent a rubber. So when I say the Colung man, it's supposed to be a symbolism, right, of what you would look like. So they would send these men out into the Caribbeans to recruit men to come work in a canal. So they would
Okay.
send a black man with a go-to dressed really, really nice,
Okay.
right? And say, oh, you know, come to Panama. There's work here. You get
That's
paid this. So now if
crazy.
you're a black person and
And
you
you
working on a
seeing-
plantation and you see
Yeah.
this black man,
Let me
you ain't never-
follow.
Yeah, right?
Here with his bout. Bling, bling.
Bling, bling. That's
bling,
crazy.
bling all the time.
You think that
I could definitely.
I could do that?
I feel like that's the truth. Yes.
But it is the truth. You can look this up. This is not a lie. You can look it up. You guys can research it on your
I
own.
need to research the jewelry, the dark jewelry too, because even the bracelet, what they call a calais, I forgot what
I don't know.
the name of it. Carré, yes.
I just
But
know.
why is it called this stuff?
I don't know, girl.
And I,
What
What
is
about
this?
jewelry?
I don't know.
Don't you have
I have like I think the elephant tooth.
Yeah, the elephant. Yeah.
I don't know what that means
I don't know
either.
what it means. I never really looked into it. I never owned.
Do the
one of
audience
those.
know
Well, I
what
had
it
a-
means?
Well, maybe one day somebody
Ask your
audience.
mother.
But the Panamanian jewelry.
I could ask her, Miss Jarvis.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now you wanna
she
listen?
not participating.
Now she wanna
why you
listen?
did that to her?
That's
Oh, now she wanna
That's a
listen? Yeah.
Panamanian woman for you.
Yeah.
Why you did that to her? Now she don't want to tell you.
But Panamanian gold is amazing. I remember growing up and my American friends, their parents used to be like, "Can your
Okay,
family
get
get
me,
us
yep,
some gold
yep.
from Panama?"
This is actually a great topic. So the laws of Panama, why are they so strict on crime? Like again, like if you do still, let's say you take a car, it's like they want to give you like 100 years.
This is Panama's law. Panama is Panama. America is America. I don't make the laws. That's what they do. Why is it that when you go to Arabic countries, if you steal, they cut off your finger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like every country has their rules, and I think that, and it's another thing. Like, and I'm saying this with love. I feel like a lot of times when American people move to Panama, they like to bring their American ways to Panama
Yeah.
and think that they can change it. And it's like, this is not America. This is Panama. Like, this is what they do. You either roll with the punches, or just go back to America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's their
can't
laws.
change.
I get it, but it just sounds sometimes just so harsh. It sounds like when you get in trouble in Panama one time, it's like it's almost like you got to stay in trouble. It's like you just can't get out.
That's like in America too.
Yeah.
I
Once
guess.
a felon, always a
It's the
felon.
same-
I guess, yeah.
It's the same. Listen, I'm gonna be very honest with you. It's a system. The system does not change depending on where you are. It's the same system across the global world. Okay, it's just a magnitude on is it a smaller scale, a larger
Yes.
scale, or
Yes.
a medium scale. But the
Yes.
system is still
It's the same around.
Like no matter where you go, the system is always going to be the same. There's always going to be marginalized communities, and unfortunately, the marginalized communities look a certain type of way, right? And regardless, if you in America, if you in Panama, certain laws apply to certain people. It's just the way it is. Like it doesn't matter. It's still a system. It's the same system globally. We don't understand it. I don't think any of us
Never-
No,
ever
definitely can't.
understand it.
Never.
You just have to. You were born into this, and you just have to maneuver it the best way that you can, and just educate yourself. Just educate yourself. Educate your children, and make sure that you know where you come from. You know your identity,
Yes.
and you know how to maneuver. That's the only thing that you
No.
can do. Look what's happening in New York with the D theft.
Oh my gosh.
That's just another system. But this has always been an issue throughout history, and not just in America, all across the borders, all across the world. It's a global issue, right? When it comes to people of color. It doesn't matter. It's the same system, no matter where you go.
But I also do think Panamanian education system is actually amazing. Am I correct?
Yes,
It just depends
I
on
heard.
where you go to school. Me, I would say my son is very well educated, but I paid for it, right? Can everybody pay to send their kids to private school? No.
Well, I want to say when I was in Panama and I seen when we came out, I seen all these kids dressed in uniform
school
and all these
kids,
kids
yeah.
looked so amazing. And then I was even thinking about going back to school at one time.
Okay.
To get I guess.
They were even like well mannered while they were walking.
Because
Versus
let me
when in
tell you
America, when
something.
you see a group of teens coming out of school, everybody's just
Let me tell you
back in
something.
Panama, they was just like walking
Yes.
in uniform, like just grounded and respectful. The
In
kids.
Panama, like my son's school, when you walk in the morning, you have to say good morning. It don't matter to who. It
Right.
could be the person cleaning the floor or the person that's ahead. Everybody say good morning, buenos dias, right? But then again, we have to think to ourselves: are the principals in the schools standing in front of the door greeting all the students?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm talking about here in
Yeah,
America.
not every school, no.
Not every
No.
school's doing that.
No.
And that also comes from an education from your own background.
Right.
Now, my son, I am happy that he went to the school that he went to. I'm happy that he went to school in Panama and was educated in Panama because they taught him as a black man, because my son is black, regardless. Don't
Right.
matter if you're light skinned, he's still a black man.
Right.
Right? And maneuvering in this world, you have to know how to maneuver.
Of course.
Panama, some of the things that he learned, I don't think that if he grew up here, he would have learned, he would have had that same
Experiences.
experience. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, even though she was born in Panama, she's going to school here from young. I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver with her because she is
Yeah.
wild.
How
Right?
old is she?
4.
You labeled already at 4.
I thought she was a teen too.
I'm just figuring out how we going to do this. How we going to do this? Because they are complete opposites. My son at her age, completely
Yeah.
different. Like, completely
It's
different.
always the second child.
She is a hot mess. But I say this to say, like, just his experiences, how well mannered he is. Not saying that if he was in America, he wouldn't be well mannered, but I'm just a little nervous about how these kids, these YNs out here, it's scary.
It's
and I
very
work in a
scary.
school too, so it's like
Very scary.
what was happening, right? So I'm kind of glad that he did go to school in Panama, but again, I paid for it. I paid for him to go to those schools. One thing I do appreciate is that everybody wears uniforms. So one of the things that I was looking for here.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to interject. Not only did they wear uniforms, I seen kids on with hoodies.
In Panama?
Yes.
Because it gets chilly sometimes.
It was like 100 degrees. The kids walking around with hoodies.
But, well, it depends on what school they go to. Because in my son's school, they had air conditioning, so he would wear hoodies because it would be
It'd be
cold.
Okay, maybe that. I'm gonna give that because I know I seen some of the kids with the hoodies on, and I was like, yeah, that's scaring me.
I don't
Really?
know.
It's hot.
No.
But it also made me think about New York. You ever see it's 100 degrees nowadays and the kids are walking around with hoodies and
exactly
tracksuits
They
on?
just do.
Exactly.
When it's cold, they wear no coats. When it's hot, they
Probably.
wear
I don't know.
masks
Probably.
and hoodies.
Yeah,
These
definitely.
teens is a little off.
They off. for
yeah,
real.
around the world.
So no, that's the thing.
It's just around the world.
I figured that in New York. I think I could see that in Panama. So it was a little
Why
different.
not?
Right.
We got social media. These kids not like social media is
I think-
very
right.
influential.
But I think that's when, unfortunately, my kids, their teens, their first time in Panama was only in 2024. And my daughter was so amazed at how she was like, "Mommy, this is what we do back home." And I'm like, "Yes, it's social media." What you thought Panama was like dirt roads, like? And I remember
did.
we went into a store and it was Asians that owned the store.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
said, "Mommy, Asian people live here." I'm like, Kennedy, come on now. But so it's just like
Yeah.
social media. It's happening
social
all
media.
over the world.
Yeah, I
But
can lie.
even like back in the day, even with reggae, like how do you think reggae got to Panama? They didn't have social media then, but how do people migrate? Migration,
I got-
right? Influences, right? Even Calypso.
Yes.
Calypso was in Panama with my grandmother age.
Yeah.
How did that get there? Migration.
Migration, yeah. Somebody bought a tape deck. Somebody bought a record.
I think migration, a lot of it was migration. A lot of it was people from these Caribbean countries and just never went back home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So all of that played
That's
influence.
what, I was looking at an interview with Shaggy, the reggae
Oh, yeah,
artist,
yeah.
and he was selling El Dinero.
El Dinero.
He came here to Brooklyn, Wingate
Yes.
High School.
Yes.
And he did a performance. He was doing reggaeton, and he said the African American girls are going crazy. Like, this is Spanish he's saying, but it sounds like reggae, Jamaican. and that's how things happen.
Yeah, and then
that was years ago.
but not only reggaeton, they had Renato, they had Nando Boom,
Wait,
they
wait.
had
Yes.
Killer Ranks.
Wait, no,
Killer
no.
Ranks,
had
I forgot. Wait.
Chicho Mang.
No,
I
no,
don't know
no,
Chicho
no.
Mang.
There's
I
a-
know
the-
Killer Ranks.
Who's the guy that I went when I went to Panama? I made the guy play in the car, and the guy said, "You know that guy." I guess he was like if I remember his name, but I love his music. Is it El Jenner? It's not. I don't think it's El. He did. That's not the one that got shot at, right? He used to do concerts and like people get shot and stuff of that nature.
People get shot at the
What?
concerts.
Yes.
I don't know.
Shot where?
Like he was a Panama, and he used to actually do his videos in like in the barrios of Panama. And
Is this like recent or like
no, this guy has to be about 20 years, but his music is amazing. But it's not. It's not.
died?
Yeah, he got killed in Panama.
I know you talk when we was in
Danger
Cologne.
Man?
Yes,
That-
yes, that
That's
guy.
it, Danger Man.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah.
That music.
I'm like, who? I'm like, who?
Yeah.
Danger Man? Yeah,
Yeah.
so
His name fit him, huh?
but Danger Man was still like early, like Renato Nando Boom, they're
way before like the
before,
90s.
like,
They're
Killer
earlier
Ranks,
on.
Gringo Man, like there's some, but it's just that General took it global.
Yes.
But he was also signed to VP Records, right? And so I wanted to touch on that topic, like you were saying, like of course, like General was friends with Renato and Reggae Sam, that was back in Panama, so. They have friends that's in the States, and they give them
in the
their
street,
information.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is what's going on, and
Yes.
so all of that influence. So that's probably why the kids now that you see them, they wearing hoodies. They want Nike Techs too. They wear
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went into the Nike outlet in Panama. It wasn't cheap.
no,
It was not cheap at all.
no.
The Chanel and Louis store is a little cheaper though.
And then
The high end store is a little cheaper.
you use your passport. You don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, like I think that.
Wait, hold on. You went to the Louis store in Panama?
Yeah.
Where you went with?
It was right up the block from us. From the whole from
Damn, I ain't get no invite to the Louis store.
we went in the mall.
I ain't get an invite.
I think I went with the girls.
Clearly, I didn't
Oh,
get. I
yeah,
didn't go.
Mara. Yeah.
I mean,
And we went in Chanel and we went into Louis and it was our next Bottega.
Yes, they got
And it was
Hermes.
cheaper, Hermes, and when you use your passport, it's a little,
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
It was right like up the block from the hotel.
It's in
we
Movie
was at.
Plaza.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. like this.
Nice.
I love Panama. If you haven't been, you should go.
I mean, I think I do want to go back probably next year. But Shane, I also see that you're putting something together. So the other part is that I remember when I used to grow up, like on Easter, we used to get together. You know, we used to have like
Fashion
Roll with
show.
Roadway shows, yeah.
And,
The fashion shows. Yes.
and things like that don't. And things like that don't happen anymore.
The partying, the family, just
So sad.
the music, the dance contest. I used to win on more.
Do you think something like that could happen again?
Yeah. So
We have to.
I'm actually doing so Rum and Brunch actually originated in Panama. Just to give you a little context to that. The purpose of me doing those events was to actually bring back the Afro-Caribbean community, like Night of Fun. You know what Night of Fun is?
No.
So my grandmother used to go to Night of Fun. She also used to go to Tropical. So it was like a disco. That's what they call it, the disco, right? And they used to play all this music, like the soca music, the salsa, the this, the that. That's what it was supposed to be like. So, but when I started doing Rum and Brunch, it was supposed to bring back that spirit back to Panama, because what I was noticing is that you could go to any party in Panama, especially now in 2024, 2025, you're going to hear Spanish music. But you wasn't hearing that reggae like in 2000. You wasn't hearing the soca like before my parents' age. You wasn't hearing that no more. So I started Rum and Brunch in Panama.
Okay.
But you're doing it now in New York, right?
So now I'm doing it in New York, but it's al revés.
What does that mean?
Reverse. Right?
Out of this.
So
Even if
now
you don't know, you could.
So now what I'm trying to do
My
is now the
boyfriend.
first generation, the first gens, but it's not only for first gens. I want to say that it's for everybody. So
Okay.
if you have friends that just want to experience Panamanian culture, now guess what? Now we're gonna play. You're gonna have all of that, but we're gonna include plena or reggae en español, right?
Okay.
Because that's what it is. It's not really called reggaeton. It's reggae en español.
Okay.
And what they call
Reggae en
urban
español.
music now in Panama is called plena.
Okay.
So for people who want to connect, this is what they're playing in Panama now. We got Akim. We got Setch, we got Mr. Fox, there's so many artists in Panama that young kids, even the younger generation or even kids. My favorite is Akim. I love Akim. Like that is my guy. Like I love him down. They got Kafu Bantan. There's like so many other artists that's in Panama that they don't play that music here, right? So with Rum and Brunch, the reverse version is I'm introducing all that music to our generation, so that I hear so many people say like, oh, I feel like when I go to Panama, I'm not Panamanian enough. But when I'm in America, I'm not. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
So Shayna, before we close out, quick question: when is the next Rum and
So Rum and Brunch is July 26th. But before that, right, I don't know if you like to watch soccer, but I'm a soccer mom. My son started playing soccer in Panama at 5 years old. He was in Copa Talento. He was on TV in Panama, everything.
Nice.
So soccer is a big deal in Panama. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When Panama is playing, and you could go to any restaurant in Panama that's a sports bar, people are outside, right? So that same thing, I miss that a lot. Like I miss that.
Okay.
The solidarity. Like even if you from Colombia, if you from the city, it don't matter that day. Panama's playing, everybody's outside. Everybody got their jersey on, Marea Roja. We outside, we watching.
Right.
So I'm actually, Panama's going to the World Cup.
Okay,
So I'm doing a watch party, and it's free.
Where's that?
Right.
Where's that, Michelle?
17th. No. Okay. It's the 17th, the 23rd, and then the big one is the 27th, where they play against England.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be a family event. The only thing that you have to pay for, obviously, is your fritura and your drink. But the entrance is free.
Okay.
It's for everybody. It's for children, grandparents, grandma. Come out with your jersey.
Where is it gonna be?
It's gonna be in Brooklyn, Pacific Breed K, 1065 Pacific Street. So it's those 3 days, right? Because those are the 3 days of the World Cup. Because I can't afford those World Cup tickets.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like them prices is ridiculous. So it's just
the exact dates. People that
the
don't
17th, the 23rd, and the 27th of June.
Of June. Okay.
And then Rum and Brunch is the 26th, but we're almost sold out. We're like 75% sold out.
Oh, so I better order my ASAP like today.
So it's almost sold out. The response was overwhelming. I did not even know that.
My little sister's coming from Houston to
You
attend.
lying.
Yeah. She hit me up like, sis, you heard about this Rum and Brunch thing? And I didn't tell her that we was going to be sitting together. But I said, yeah, I heard her on social media. She was like, I will come up from Houston to attend.
I did not know that it was like, I didn't know. Like, honestly, I didn't really realize that there was such a void with our generation, like looking for... We want to feel like we in Panama too. I want to feel like how I felt back in the day.
I miss feeling like a Panamanian. I don't know if that makes sense.
But now you have to make sure that you teach your kids.
And that's what I'm trying to do now.
Like you have to instill it in your kids.
You know what, ladies? This sounds like this conversation could have been another 3-4 hours. Unfortunately, this has been great, Shayna. I hope that we could do a part 2 to this body. I would love to do a part 2
to talk about.
Yes, I do feel like today that I am immersed a little bit more into the culture. I think I learned some things, and I want to thank y'all.
Thank you for having me.
It took us 40 years to learn certain things, right?
No, girl. No, there's some really... Do you like to read?
Yes. I'm in a book club now.
Okay,
so
girl.
yes.
So there's like a couple of good books that you could get on Amazon. Okay.
So when it's my turn to choose the book, I'm going to choose...
Get the Silver and Gold Woman.
Silver and Gold Woman. Okay.
That's a good one. And then her name is Melva Gooden.
I'm not going to remember, so I'm going to hit you up.
But
thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. Shout out. My co-host Essence was not here. She had.
You did a good job, though.
An emergency.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Until the next time.
Peace.
Bye.